What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today I want to answer some questions. I posted a video earlier today. I think I'm going to start doing follow-up videos, not on every video, but on certain videos. If you guys are asking a lot of questions, especially if they're the same question, I want to answer some of those questions. So that's what we're going to do in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you guys all for your support. I really appreciate it. You can also follow me on Twitter at the TEC Show Live. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to start doing this, like I said, it won't be every video, but certain videos I am going to answer the questions, but I'll do it on the same day. So if I post a video in the morning, I post videos at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then later on in the evening, maybe around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'll post another video answering some of those questions. So if I see that you guys are asking questions, the same question, or you're making the same statement, then I'll do that follow-up video. So let me show you some of the questions and the statements that you guys have been making. So in this last video, if you guys didn't check out that video, go ahead and check it out. I'll post a link so you guys can check it out. But I was talking about the economy and how the economy is looking good right now, which is good news because there was a talk of us going into a recession. It looks like if we go into a recession, it's going to be a mild recession, I guess you can call it. And we won't see that until the end of the year. At least that's what economists are saying right now. However, some of those same economists were saying that we would be in a recession right now in the summer. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments that you guys posted here. So this comment's from Albert. Thank you for the comment, Albert. A good economy, but to me, it's still too high in the economy. So that's that. A lot of people are saying that economy might look like it's good or it might be strong, but when it comes to inflation, when it comes to the price of things, they're still very expensive. Another comment here from William. Thank you for the comment, William. Inflation is still too high, especially for poor and elderly. And let's go down to a comment from Joseph. Inflation is still too high when it comes to food. So we're going to talk about this. I'm just going over some of the questions, then we'll go ahead and start talking a little bit about it. If you've been on Social Security, you've been in a recession. And so right now, things are tough. I know they're tough. And the reason that I know that is because I have a lot of people that are letting me know that things are not getting better. They are really, really bad when it comes to, especially when it comes to groceries. And I think when I go to the grocery store, and I've said this before, I used to go to the grocery store, spend maybe $40 or $50. Now getting the same amount of items for $40 or $50, it's over $100 in a lot of situations. And if I go to Costco, I mean, when you go to Costco, it's at least $100 just to get a few items there. And I'm now finding myself spending over $200 to get items at Costco. And it doesn't seem like I'm getting that much. So prices have definitely gone up. And so when we're looking at the CPI score, and we've looked at this before, we're looking at the CPI score. We know that when we're looking month to month. So actually, let's start from overall, okay? Because that's what everybody talks about. The overall CPI is 4.0, okay? So that doesn't seem very high considering that the cost of living adjustment for people receiving Social Security was 8.7%. That's a good cost of living adjustment. However, when we're looking, what we need to look at is we need to look at food. Just separate everything else out and look at food, because this 4%, that is taking everything into account. Okay, so when we're looking at just food, if I were to go to the grocery store, and this information is from May, that is the most current information that we have. Usually there's a month lag because they have to gather all the information to provide it to us. So if I were to have gone to the grocery store in May, and let's say I was shopping in April and then I was shopping in May, month to month, we actually saw an increase of 0.2%. Okay, so from April to May. So if you were shopping in April, things were a little bit cheaper if you're going to the grocery store than they were in May. Now, we don't know what's going to happen in June, and we'll have that information in a few weeks. But just looking at that, we saw an increase month to month. Now, the other news that we need to talk about is year over year. So the increase year over year was 6.7%. Okay, so back in May of 2022, if you were to go to a grocery store and buy food items and things like that, you're looking at 6.7% increase this year compared to last year. Okay, so that's just showing you guys that, yes, when it comes to the cost of food is still high, and it's not coming down nearly as fast as the overall CPI that we hear so much about. And so it's true. Going to the grocery store, you are going to be paying more. Now, when we look at some other things, now I've had some people ask me this question. I wasn't able to find one of the posts, but it was at least a couple of people asked me the same question. And the question went a little something like this: why are they going to raise interest rates again if the economy is so strong? And the reason why they're raising interest rates is to cool off our economy. Actually, we don't want to go into a recession, but the Federal Reserve is pushing us down to a recession, or pushing us down a little bit when it comes to that level because of inflation. Inflation was way too high, and so they're trying to bring inflation down. And the way that they're choosing to bring inflation down is by raising interest rates. Okay, it makes it less desirable to borrow money, and that will mean that the economy will cool off. And so that is what they're trying to do. Now, is it working? Yes, it's working, because the CPI we saw is at 4%. And so it's working, but they want to get it down to around 2%. And so they need to raise interest rates again, at least one time, in order to get it down to around that 2%. Okay. So that's the reason why they are thinking about raising interest rates again. And this is information coming from the New York Times. They're saying, yes, the plan is to get us down to 2%. And the plan is that they want to raise interest rates. It could be in July. We could see them raise interest rates again. So in a nutshell, that's what's going on. Yes, our economy is strong. The fact that we're not in a recession, that's a good thing. However, I know there are some people that are struggling, and that unfortunately is going to continue until Congress comes together and tries to figure something out, especially when it comes to Social Security reform and things like that. They're going to have to address that. But right now, the good thing is the economy is strong, but the bad news is that not everyone is benefiting from the strong economy. If you're on a fixed income, yes, you're going to struggle. And I mean, if you're working right now, you're probably in a better place, because when you're working, you get raises, and you're probably making more this year than you were last year, because right now it's hard for employers to find employees. And so they're going out of their way to try to cater to employees. And we still have employers that are trying to hire more and more people, and they're doing the work from home, remote work, they're throwing out everything, trying to get these people in to work for them. But if you're on a fixed income, you're not benefiting from all that. You're not benefiting. And what you're doing is you're seeing people making more money around you and spending more money around you, and that's raising the price of everything. So if you guys have any other questions, please post them down below. Just want to do this quick little late video answering questions. That's all I have for you guys. Like, subscribe. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.